Hello, hello, and welcome to the Mobafire Challenger Series. I'm being joined by EG80 your feed. We just saw Complexity completely destroy Denial. Earlier we saw a team summon. I just gotta say, they took Exertus out to the trash, showed them where they lived, and now we got the match coming up. 80 your feed, can you introduce the teams? I want to hear what you gotta say about these dudes. You have not unmuted your microphone. Or have you?
Never mind.
There we go. There we go.
But you forgot to introduce yourself. You are Studio, the caster and main streamer for tonight. So, yeah, we're going to have, it looks like I keep forgetting as I'm blanking on the matches for today. Just a horrible, horrible series of events. We have Complexity Academy going up against Team Tower Dive TV. Going to be a great match for today. We have the picks and bans going underway. Bans are finished. We have Elise, Karthus, Lissandra for the side of Complexity Academy, while on the side of Team Tower Dive, we have Jayce, Nunu, and Zed.
And I feel like Sugoi is a reference I do not quite understand. I'm pretty sure it's anime as hell. I'm pretty sure chat's about to explain it to me. But they're rocking the tags. They're rocking whatever theme they got going for them. Now looking at these bands, Elise, Karthus, Lissandra, Jayce, Nunu, Zed. You know, I'd say just the strong characters, a lot of stable characters. For example, Zed, he is safe. He'll always reach a potential where he can instigate someone. Could just be a support, which would be a pretty good situation to be in, but still, someone will die to his ult, almost regardless of how the game goes. You know, we've seen that juggling pressure, and of course, Lissandra, that top laner slash mid laner, that just constant pressure, constant pushing, safety because of her escape, and the fact that you're always at the enemy tower and can't really stop her. Just a solid pick overall. Or solid ban overall.
Solid ban overall, yep.
Solid pick, and a solid ban because a solid pick.
Either one, but this time being banned out, unfortunately, won't be able to see any cool shadow plays. Well, on the side of Complexity Academy, we do have Thresh, Lissandra, and Ezreal being picked up for their first 3 picks. And on the side of Team Tower Dive, we have Jarvan, Twisted Fate, Graves, and Ryze being picked up. So, looks like a top lane Ryze coming out here, and a mid lane Twisted Fate for Andro-chan.
Could be support TF. I can dream. It's happened in Asia. It can happen here. But so looking at Complexity Academy, what they have lined up, they see that the enemy team has a lot of really good catch potential. There's not necessarily a huge AoE to complement Glorified, who's chosen the Jarvan already. There can be wild cards, there can be Ryze's AoE balance damage, there can be the Graves ultimate, but nothing is necessarily guaranteed. So because of that, because of the fact that nothing's guaranteed quite yet, they can try and actually counter that with their own AoE damage, or just, you know, go for a standard team comp. But they have to be aware the ganks are gonna come. The ganks are gonna come like crazy, because TF Jarvan, that is, you kill someone with that. That's what
Gold
you do.
card.
Gold card, standard combo. Imagine ganking Ryze lane with that. He gets a Rune Prison on first. You got the setup. All of a sudden, there's an eye above your enemy's head. You know what he's thinking. You know he is terrified. You know a gold card's about to come down, slap him in the face, tell him who his daddy is, and then out of nowhere, a standard comes. You know the Demacians are here. You know you are dead. And that's what's going to happen. It's going to be sweet ganks if they can survive the very early laning phase, which their team is very good at.
Yeah, but on the other side of Complexity Academy, we do have a lot of AP bursts coming out here. We have that Kennen, gonna have the Slicing Maelstrom, and all of his abilities proccing off the passive, which is the Lightning Charge, and then you get the 3rd hit, and stun them. And then Diana, she has that Lunar Crescent, the Rush, a shield built in, can pick off supports or AD carries fairly easily. And then Ezreal, we might see him go blue build, we might see him go a standard build, we'll see where he goes as the laning phase progresses. And then we have another Thresh being let through the bans, and that one is going to be going into the support hands. And we'll see Death Sentence play the box. Lantern plays potentially with the Lee Sin. We could see those come into effect in the bot lane if they want to get a gank off early. While on the side of Tower Dive TV, we have, as you said before, the Jarvan TF ganks are going to be huge. We have Ryze going to be going up top, has that Runic Prison, has a lot of burst potential and late game with that one. And then we have Janna and Graves going into bot lane, a fairly safer lane, has that Janna shield, the buckshot to clear waves, quick draw to escape from any kind of dangerous situation if he chooses to, or initiate with it, and then canister for the slow and collateral damage for the burst.
And of course, we got the classic Janna heal pickup going along with it. Pop those blockers up so you guys can see it all. And the cool thing about heal is it works well with Janna. What does she do? What is her role on this team? Well, they've got Kennen, they've got Diana, 2 really, really good initiators, 2 very divey characters. If you can split Diana and Kennen up, though, that's a good chance to try and take one of them off, pick one of them off. For example, let's say you knock both of them away. When they initiate, Diana can get right back in with her ultimate. Kennen takes him about 1 second more, though, because he has to actually use the surge and get back into the fight. So, just lots of defense versus the AoE. I really think this is going to be a fun gank-heavy match, though, because both teams, you mentioned all the rushdown, they just want to kill each other. I love it.
Yeah. This looks like one of those teams where it's just like, we're going to bash heads back and forth all game, contest every dragon, trying to steal your buffs early potentially, or just go to... I don't think there's going to be many farm lanes this game. I think there's going to be a lot of high-intensity aggression with these Lee Sin ganks. His early ganks are phenomenal. That Tempest Crumple combination coming out the slow and reveal, as well as the Q ability being... oh my god, Sonic Wave Resonating Strike. I just forgot. There we go. And... yeah, Safeguard combination 2 coming out for the shield to escape or to save teammates or initiate with. We'll see where he goes with that one. And then Jarvan, EQ combo, the Demacian State of Dragonlance combination is huge early game as well. A lot of burst damage coming out with that one. The armor reduction from the Dragonlance is pretty effective early game.
I just want to put some things in perspective. Complexity Academy's team has 3 different ways where if they hit someone, or even if they don't hit someone, in some cases, they can immediately latch onto an enemy champion and just follow them as far as they can go. With Thresh, Lissandra, and Diana.
Interesting. That's going to be very hard to get away from.
I mean, Evo was, this last weekend, they're the Rushdown team.
The Rushdown team, okay. They have that Wolverine coming in on the front line. But, yeah, we're going to...
Who's the X Factor, is my question.
Probably Lissandra, just coming in, kick him in the face.
I think it's going to be Diana plays, but you were saying.
Yeah, we are heading into that minute delay now, everybody, as we go into this game. We're going to go into a quick set of ads. Disable your ad blocker, support Mobafire Challenger Series, support our sponsors, iBuyPower, Fatality Gaming Gear, and Razor Academy. We will be right back, everybody. Thank you all for watching.
And we are back. The game currently loading right back in. See if we got any sweet looking skins. TPA Ezreal. I like the TPA skins just because it's TPA. That's enough for me to like them. That's enough for me to get excited for them.
Alright, and we got Angel Chen with that Victorious Janna. Gonna get plus gold from last season. Obviously got the diamond border, so you get diamonds, so he gets the extra skin from that. Underworld TF, one of the better Halloween skins coming out there and looking fabulous with all those nice cards and a glowing arm. I like Muay Thai Lee Sin the most, though.
Muay Thai's Lee Sin, I don't like his in-game animation, but I love the artwork. The artwork is fantastic.
Yeah.
I think in-game, he's always got his knee up. It's like, it's hard. It looks weird. It looks uncomfortable, man. It's
Muay Thai, man. You can't mess with it. And I just noticed that Seriously has the only silver border here, so he kind of stands out.
Poor little guy. It's a yodel for you. Some characters, of course, some players are new to the game, like relatively new. For example, from Maple Street in the LCS, I think he's been playing about a year by the time he made it in. Yuzuki, back when he was on Cloud9, way back in January, it was kind of the same deal. Like, he'd barely been playing. Let's go ahead. Get in-game, though. Make everything look nice and natural. Got Complexity Academy repping the blue side. Got Team Tower Dive TV. Or is it Tower Dive TV now? I know they had name problems. They had to be Team Tower Dive TV to not be confused with Team Dynamics initials.
That's true. We could just go with Tower Dive TV for this one. But yeah, we're going to look at all the pings going down. They are most likely going to place some aggressive wards towards that red buff as Lee Sin does tend to start red, or we could see Complexity Academy look to invade the blue, as all 5 members actually are motioning on going towards the side of Tower Dive TV's blue buff.
I mean, the invade potential for both sides is there. Of course, Twisted Fate with a gold card, even Jarvan's Banner with the attack speed or the Dragon Strike for the damage, and of course the Ryze Rune Prison would be substantial for a level 1 fight. And of course on the enemy team, it's a Thresh. That's enough for a level 1 fight right there.
Yeah, you just see that the Death Sentence getting cast out. Doesn't hit with anybody, so like, you know what, drop a pink ward, and little do they know it was warded by Andro-chan, so they do deny that vision. And this is such a smart play by them. They actually go over here to wait, but the side of Tower Dive TV doesn't go to check that blue buff. They don't care. They're just going to go invade and take the blue buff of Complexity Academy for themselves.
And they put a ward down. It's not a pink. If they wanted to be super safe, they could put a pink down themselves, make sure nothing is there. But I think they realize, you know, there's a little bit of danger right now. We don't need to wander into our own jungle. It's not necessarily important anymore. And they're just going to go ahead, take that blue buff. They know they can do a great defense on their own, escape if necessary, and if they lose their blue buff in the process, well, it's bluff for buff. It's okay.
Yeah, it is okay. They're going to be okay with that. They're going to be perfectly safe. Leeson's going to get his blue. Jarvan's going to get a blue. Then they're both going to get their reds unless some weird series of events leads to them just fighting early. I don't know what will happen. We'll see. These strategies are pretty crazy. We do have Graves going to possibly check it unless he wants to just give it away. Yeah, they're just going to give it away. Nobody's going to contest, and both blues are going to be technically stolen, but going to be respectively even in the jungle.
I think of it as fair trading myself. Blue for blue. It's all
Okay.
good. Now the question is, what did they do with these blues? I'd love to see a gimmicky level 2 gank onto the top lane from Glorified. Probably not going to happen though, as Legendary does take a bit of DPS in the mid lane. Essentially, I think both laners or both junglers want to wait till level 3, wait till they get, you know, a decent combo with some extra damage going on, and they could very easily, you know, get a gank.
Yeah, and we are looking at that mid lane right now. ZZ Legendary poking onto Pekingese, as I learned from in the in-game chat. He told me how to say his name. I had no idea how to say it before. And yeah, we're going to look at this bot lane as well. DKB and Xanos going back and forth. They're just going to try to trade with Junkie and Andro-chan. But those shields coming out are quite troublesome, as they do give the extra AD onto Graves, who can utilize it with his buckshot, as the Death Sentence does not connect, so they're not going to just go in on that one right now. They do ping. There is a ward in that bush, and we do have Jarvan waiting up top patiently. We could potentially see him go for a gank, as there are pings on the wards all over the place. We do see everything. And there was actually a gank attempt up top. It looks like he did just fail onto Kennen, unfortunately, so he will be able to live and dodge away from that one.
Well,
And
Flash
did
was
burn his
blocked.
flash.
Yeah.
Yeah, he burned his flash.
So, Geek Desu playing Ryze didn't even have the Rune Prison. That's like the ganking spell. That's what will secure a gank. So he didn't have it available, and he just, well, he just kind of did his thing. He just kind of
Yeah.
forced him out. And with that forced out position, that really just scared him away. And now they can set up another gank, which they're going for right now.
Yeah, but he's going to counteract this one. Leeson is here. Doom Turbo going to go in with that safeguard. Does get the Tempest, does try to slow, but the Ignite is down. He's going to throw out an auto attack. Red buff picks up that one for Glorified. They might try to chase on the Doom Turbo now. He's going to safeguard back in onto a minion. Trying to pick up Gidesu, but no, he turns it around. Levels up, has the potion activated, will not die to the red buff. Really good idea from Doom Turbo, but unfortunately, it turned out to be a bad idea, as Tower Knight
It was a
responded
manly
well.
idea. It was risk, but unfortunately
Manly.
did not pay off. And, you know, Ryze still had his flash up. He was probably going to die. Doom Trooper was aware of it. And it was, I think, kind of the smart decision to go for it. It was just a bad situation overall. In the end, though, that was really good planning coming out from Team Tower Dive TV. They forced Kennen out of lane, forced him to blow his flash, and just gank him again. And with Jarvan able to initiate well, this time with Ryze having the Rune Prison, it was a very secure gank. Looks like we might have a quick overlay issue going on. I'm going to try and fix these logos.
Yep, I'll keep going for you, as we do have CC Legendary just going against Pekingese in that mid lane, and still lurching how to say that one, as yeah, now there really is no pressure going on anywhere else besides that top lane. They did give a double buff to Ryze, so he's gonna be really happy with that one. A fairly early tier. He's got a 4-minute tier currently at this point. Gonna stack that one up really early. Death Sentence does not connect on that quick draw. He also has a Ruby Crystal and a mana Sapphire Crystal, excuse me, for the extra mana and HP, so he's going to be a force to be reckoned with that top lane. While Xanos does get hit by the tornado, gets knocked up, they do ping that Doom Turbo is bot. He's trying to get a gank off after that deal the temp up top. We could potentially see Glorify try to counteract this one. Death Sentence does not connect with the Andro-chan. He just shows himself right now, goes into the bush, eats a little bit of auto attack harass. He's not that scared. He eats that safeguard. He eats the tornado, safeguards onto Xanos. They're still looking to probably go in on this one. Glorified, showing his presence, not scared of anything. There's a pink ward in that bush. Doom Turbo still just looking to be aggressive. They do not care at this point right now from the side of Complexity. It's going to be a 3v3 bot potentially. They might try to go in. Resonating Strike does not connect. They do eat a buckshot. Oh, Death Sentence not going to connect with Jungi right there. He just walks away from that one. And yeah, just fairly even so far with Jungler sitting in bot.
Glorified is going to take the Resonating Strike, make sure his AD carry can recall in peace. And yeah, the overlay should be fixed now. Sorry about that, guys. Had a naming issue with one of the files. But looking across the map, those early 2 kills, they have to make sure something happens from it. In the end, I do love the late game for Team Tower Dive TV. They've got Graves, they got a lot of really aggressive push forward style of action. And now is their chance to make it shine. Once Pekingese hits level 6, which he's just done so, now Geek Desu is level 6. Now those early 3-man aggressive pushes are going to be heavily punished. Because a 4v3 can easily trounce a 3v3.
Yes, very easily, especially when you come in with the gold card active. You have that stun on Will. And yeah, we're just looking at the farm right now. We do have Ezreal still ahead by about 11 at this point, so doing a good job of CS and got double longsword, maybe going for a Spear to the Ancient Golem or Brutalizer. I don't know, maybe there's some new wacky Black Cleaver build for Ezreal, I have no clue. But most likely going to be spilled to El Lizard, and we will see a blue buff Ezreal coming out this game. And we look at mid, there is an 11 CS lead for Pekingese, and up top, dominating Ryze lead with that kill and a 15 CS advantage.
Now, Diana in the mid lane, you don't expect to do super well with her early on. She can apply a lot of pressure sometimes. The Crescent Strike, it's had its damage nerfed quite a bit. It's only at 130 right now base at level 3 and still takes a decent chunk of mana. So, now is a point though where she's at level 6. If she lands enough poke onto TF, it's not hard for her to secure a kill. You have to land almost 1 poke, could be enough sometimes. So at this point, Pekingese has to be cautious, but he also gets that roam potential. And now he's gone back to base, now the lanes have to play cautiously.
Yeah, and he could choose to gank, as we do have Jarvan holding that mid lane, which is an indicator that usually the TF wants to roam, or maybe just going to hold the wave for his TF to come back to. As he is going to actually hold it before the tower, so he's going to let the CS build up there. Actually, no, just going to snipe some for himself, I guess. TF Pekingese did not care that much for it, and just going down to bot, seeing the CS, the wave is pushing up. Going to be a nice little advantage for DKB now. While there are pings going down, they notice the ward at the entrance towards their red. And yeah, just waiting for the next set of ganks to come out, which could include the Destiny Gate from TF.
Both sides playing a little bit farther back now. I think TF is looking for that expected gank. He just wants to counter gank as much as possible, trying to survive Diana in the lane. And Lee Sin, he knows what the situation is like right now. He knows that if they don't know where Jarvan is, it'll be a 4v3 and they'll lose a bot lane fight. So he's got to be looking for that engagement. He's got to be trying to catch out Jarvan. They just saw him by the ward in the river, so they know he's up on the blue side jungle, or on the red side jungle for red side. And it's now the time for him to do something, but it's still so scary because of Twisted Fate's possible roaming.
Yeah, very possible for him to just be anywhere at the map at any point with that gank combination. But ZZ Legendary, I'm pretty sure, would respond fairly well and just keep pushing that mid lane and try to get a turret down, abusing the fact that TF would not be there. But we'll see where it goes, as TF did pick up a Sheen first, so rushing that Lich Bane for the extra damage on auto attack after using an ability. Dissonance getting quick draw away from Jungi. Gonna live through that one, as both junglers are still down bot, and a good read coming out from Glorified, as he is just going to be waiting down bot with Doom Turbo. Doom Turbo gonna show himself though. Safeguards onto a minion. They might try to surprise him here. Looks like he gets a knockup on all 3 of them. Glorified. There's the Twisted Fate ultimate coming in. Destiny Gate. Wildcards connects, but the barrier is going to keep him alive for a short time. But there is the Dragonlance coming out from Glorified. Ward dash from Doom Turbo underneath the turret to keep him safe. And a nice gank coming out from Pekingese on that Twisted Fate as they go towards Dragon now.
Spear poke and Ezreal where it doesn't shine at the last moment. You almost got away from that flash. Astral Shift, just not enough. Diana not trying to poke into this. If you get some good damage onto someone, could be Pekingese actually, they could secure a kill with that.
Yeah, and it looks like they do get the Death Sentence onto Jungi, not going to go in. Dragon is laying into him right now. Glorified does have the shield, goes in with the red buff, gets the smite. They do not get the kill, but the heal gets pop soon activated. And they are still chasing though. There is the Resonating Strike going to connect on the Pekingese. Doom Turbo going to try to get in on this one. There's the pull. There's an Ignite though from Jungi, going to try to take him out. The Ignite on Pekingese. Is it enough? Yes, ZZ Legendary picks up that kill. That wasn't Jungi's Ignite, excuse me. It was the Ignite of Twisted Fate to help take him down. But now blue buff is in the eyes of Complexity Academy, possibly? No, they're just going to let Jungi walk away from that one and go back to lane.
I'm sad to say this, but Blue Buff actually killed. Blue Buff secured the kill on the Pekingese right there. Blue Buff, before the Janna shield got popped onto him, got 1 or 2 good whoops onto him, and that just let the Ignite tick down once the Janna shield finally faded. So congratulations to Blue Buff showing his allegiance to a Complexity Academy. But overall, that's just a fantastic disengagement, actual kite potential coming out from Team Tower Dive TV. You don't think of it as a kite team because they're so forward and aggressive in how they play, but the Rune Prison from Ryze, the Janna knockback, the Janna ultimate, it kept them way long enough that the spells all came back up. Jarvan got his burst combo back, Ryze got his same DPS, but the burst from Rune Prison as well, and they were able, or Twisted Fate got his cards up, and that was enough right there. Like that,
Yep.
They just need to wait for the right spells, and the DPS is enormous. I mean, think about like a Graves combo, a Jarvan combo, a TF combo, eventually the Ryze sustain combo all coming in at once. And of course, Graves has Janna shield to top that all off. It's insane damage.
Yeah, a lot of damage coming out. We do have Jarvan motioning and going towards bot. Once again, going to come through that lane. There was a ping onto Pekingese on that TF in mid. Could see potentially a fight from Doom Turbo. Luna Crescent does not connect from Legendary as Doom Turbo just showing no fear, going through the middle of the lane. And Glorified is spotted out by that ward. Dragon Strike Lance coming out. Dragon Strike and the Demacian Standard coming out, excuse me. And he does not get a knockup, so they choose to back off. And now Ezreal is going to go back to base and buy with his banged up 800 gold. Could finish off that Spirit of the Yellow Lizard.
And of course, that gank bot lane, they were looking for Ezreal to Arcane Shift to just use his capability right away. Jarvan could immediately follow up with his ultimate. Luckily, he waited for the Thresh Lantern, didn't play out of fear, didn't play out of emotion, and just played that as calculated as he should have. It's a nice little escape right there. Could have very easily been his own demise. Now, 3K gold lead for Team Tower Dive TV. No towers down yet, so they've really just been focusing on the diving, not necessarily the tower as part of their name. And it's gonna eventually build up if they can keep in these ganks off. Just one more TF gank, and you'll see bot lane fall in a second. You'll see mid lane fall in a second.
We'll see actually Pekingese getting initiated on. Pops the gate. Can he get kicked? Oh, he does! Resonating Strike and Sonic Wave pick up that kill after the Dragon Fury from Lee Sin, and they interrupt his teleport, and now the Destiny Gate's gonna be down for a little while.
So, that's a huge kill, because guess what that delays? The TF gank. Glorified is looking mid lane just to push them off the tower. Can't really go for a kill right there, but is, relatively annoying. But that is a huge kill. That is, once again, I'd say another 2 minutes with no TF pressure. But this time, he didn't get a kill. This time, this is just 2 minutes of freedom, where they can do what they want. They can go for the ganks they want, the fights they want. They just need to make sure Glorified is kept under control, because if that dog's not on his leash, he's a 2-0-1. Jarvan has the Ancient Golem already, has amazing tankiness, and just Jarvan's base DPS is crazy.
Yeah, and now we do see the items being built up. Now we have a Tear and the Spirit of the Elder Lizard coming out for Ezreal, while on the side of Graves, got that BF Sword and Vampiric Scepter coming out. Going to build a Bloodthirster most likely first, unless he wants to rush an Infinity's Edge, which would take a little while at this point. But I think he's going to go for BT. Well, it looks like Glorify's getting caught out right now. He was caught shopping. Does a Dragon Strike. Demacian Standard over the wall. Flash dash coming in from ZZ Legendary. They are going to follow him. The Ignite is active. Resonating Strike kick connects as Doom Turbo going to eat a bit of tower damage from that one at about half HP. I don't know if they're going to choose to dive Geek Desu right now. Luna Crescent connects once again. They try to connect the Shuriken. He's at no stacks after it just wore off from Kennen. And they're going to go back in. There is a Sonic Wave. Resonating Strike coming in. The pull gets flashed, but Geek Desu gets Dragon Strike in the face. And now Pekingese is by himself in a 1v3. It connects once again. Doom Trouble is on point with these Sonic Waves. They're just going in. And they just went for a 3-for-none up top, catching them out one by one.
The bait was Geek Desu trying to absorb the skill shots, trying to make them come forward. He knew that if Lee Sin landed a Resonating Strike, that if Diana landed her own Crescent Strike, they'd probably follow up with it. But turns out the hook, line, and sinker went straight to Complexity Academy because they do too much damage. Ryze is not tanky yet. Ryze finally bought a Negatron Cloak, has the tier, has the R out of Ages. That's a good start to being tanky, but you still need a little bit more before you can survive 3 high damage characters. I mean, it's a Lee Sin at the 15-minute mark, it's a Kennen, it's a Diana. That was, these are brave plays. These are manly, brave plays coming up from both teams, but, bravery is very often unrewarded.
Yeah, and I wonder... Oh my god, the Destiny Gate is going to come out. It is! He gets a knock him up too! There's the Cataclysm, there's the gold card. Double buff going to be transferred to Glorified. They counteract that play and give a kill to Pekingese. Oh, the backs were so close.
A huge play. That was brilliant planning. That was a second away from being just one of the biggest disappointments for Tower Dive TV. 1 second away, that would have just been, we missed 3 kills. Instead, Diana gets away. That's actually kind of a good thing. They probably could have won a 3v3, but that meant Diana was not going to do anything to help the team. It meant it wasn't going to be a trade for sure. And that was perfect. Like, the cool thing is that was relatively planned. It was a little bit of luck involved, of course, but they knew how long it took to recall. They knew that 8 seconds hadn't passed. They knew that they could get them. It was a great way to come back from the kills that had gone the other way, and the Twisted Fate ultimate paying off in spades.
That was great. Well, ZZ Legendary gonna go in, poke Beaconese down to about half HP, but the top turret did fall for Geek Desu. And now we have Doom Turbo possibly trying to steal this dragon away. Gonna look to go in. He has the Q active. There's it. Oh man, they used the True Shot Barrage and Smite. Doom Turbo steals that one away. Has the safeguard up. He is blinded though, but he is currently blind monk. Anyway, there's the collateral damage, but Red Buff picks it up for Glorified. He's gonna quick draw through the wall. Flashes from everybody. TKB not gonna try to hold him, but ZZ Legendary turns it around, picks up Androshad. Gold card from Pekinese gonna pick up support for Junkie. Picks up the kill, but the Cataclysm gets stopped by the Lancer for Xanos doing that in a good spot. Now a ward coming out. They smite, cannot steal the Red Buff away. Destinance connects. Xanos not going to go in with that one. DKB Net going to look to possibly poke. The ward is going to be killed by the Oracles from Glorified. Are they going to keep chasing though? Shift to the wall. There is a Mystic Shot coming out. And yeah, that's about it. But they take 2 kills. They lose Dragon. Complexity Academy smiting that one with a beautifully coordinated play with that True Shot Barrage. And now Tower Dive TV getting poked just a little bit by Xanos and DKB Net on that Ezreal. The Lancer comes out. Gold card getting prepped. Lucky them if they get hit by it, but looks like you guys are coming from the side. Gonna try to make a play, possibly. Nope, everybody gonna go back, spend their gold, and be happy with the 2-for-1 and the dragon.
So, alright, that was such a cool play. Will the Death Sentence land? No, the recall does finish just in time, but when the team had stopped DPSing Dragon, Team Tower Dive TV knew Lisa was gonna go for the steal, so they stopped the damage. That way, if Lisa and Smote, guess what? They can counter smite and just get the pickup anyways. But because of the True Shot Barrage, because of the extra damage that Lisa knew was coming, he was able to just pick it off, sneak it away, still died as a result. But, you know, just a very odd fight all around. And I gotta say, that was one of the best dunk denials I've ever seen. Driving it in the air, just whoop! There goes the Ezreal. Everything's safe for him now.
All I picture is Zoidberg going like through it. And just laughing as it's on Ezreal's face. But we do have a potential push from 3 members or 2 members of the side of Tower Dive TV onto this mid turret. Twisted Fate's ult is up currently. They could look to give him the blue buff and try to gank bot lane, or just keep shoving mid as both top towers are down. The only turrets that are tier 1 that are remaining are the mid and bots for both teams. So we'll see what the teams decide to do to coordinate getting those down.
Ezreal is super gankable right now. It does not have a lot of mana, but Twisted Fate did run back towards the mid lane. Both sides, they have vague awareness of where the enemy team is, but nothing too solid. They don't know Thresh, for example, is back at base. Lissandra just got spotted by the wards from Team Tower Dive TV. So both teams are aware, but they're being a little bit safer just because what if something does go down. Ezreal was forced back to base, though, out of mana. He was going to die to a gank had he not returned to base. But this will be a bot tower coming in favor of Team Tower Dive TV. They once again have a 3k gold lead. That's like, I'd say the noticeable lead.
Xanos. He gets the Dragon Strike Demacian Standard, and there is the Cataclysm as well. TF Ultimate coming out, gonna use the Death Sentence to try to slow down Glorified, but Ryze is gonna pick up that kill. Resonance Strike connects, they're gonna go in. He goes into a 1v5, he does not care, he's blind, he can't see anybody. Ignite comes down, collateral damage picks up that kill for Jungie, and Ezreal trying to poke away, but cannot get in to do some serious damage, as there are 4 members of Tower Dive TV still there, and now 5 are gonna be pressuring this tier 2 on bot.
If they can get this tower, there's very little that can be done to stop them. You know, maybe a perfect Kennen ult. I mean, seriously, are you brave? Can you do it? He does have the Zonias. This could be their moment to try and do something, but the tower will just be going down, it seems. The brave plays will not be happening because, frankly, risky as all hell.
DKB Net shifting into all the members, and then just silently backing out. And now that we have a little calm in the action, we see that there is about a 5,000 gold lead for the side of Tower Dive TV, abusing their advantages and taking a tier 2 in bot. That's pretty significant this early into the game. That leaves the tier 3 bot inhibitor turret open for a push if they so choose to do so, or they could just push the tier 1 in mid and try to make an easy tower out of it.
I mean, this does give a chance for the enemy team, for Complexity Academy, to freeze the lane. and just try and get a bunch of farm off it. But then, you know, at that point, Tower Dive TV could take buffs, they could take barons, they could take dragons, they could take whatever they want, but the bot tier 1 does go down in response. But Graves, let's just watch Graves for a second to be elegant. There's all that farm, there's all that CS, there's that Graves buckshot coming into play.
And we...
Well, I was going to say, Junkie's still down on CS, but he's been playing a very aggressive across the map playstyle. 3-0-1 to make up for the 0-1-1 of Ezreal.
Yeah, doing a really good job with that one. Give him a little bit of gold lead as well as all the objectives that they had. Tier 1 turret goes down, just as I said before. A little smart idea coming out from Tower TV. While we do have Complexity Academy on the hold, they do need to start grouping up now and try to either get a good initiate on a 5v5 or pick off Grace if they can with a Death Sentence or that Janna even. While Ryze is huge at this point, he has a Spirit Visage stacking up that tier, got a No Magic Mantle to probably go into some Merc turrets, and a fully stacked Round of Ages. So, going to be looking very strong right now. So, we'll see if Complexity Academy can hold off these pushes, and potentially Baron is up for play too.
I mean, there's a lot of options available. The team fight potential for Team Tower Dive TV, I'd say earlier on it was a little bit weaker when Ryze didn't have his items. When Twisted Fate, you know, he's okay in team fights early on, but he's not like, let's say, a Cassiopeia, you know, someone with a dramatic team fight ultimate. Lissandra looking for that engagement. Oh, they want
on a minion.
They want to flash ult someone back. They want to land a Q and then flash kick someone into the team. I think that's going to be their big play right now.
Look at the line of wards right now. If Lissandra can actually get a safeguard onto one of those and kick someone back, that'd be a phenomenal play and a good catch up. But the side of Tower TV is still phenomenally fed, so we can't count out how tanky they're going to be and how strong they are. There is just a Lichbane and a Seeker's Arm Guard for TF, so he is probably one of the squishiest champions on their team, being Pekingese. While Doom Trouble eating a cute from Ryze, Lantern comes out to try to help him out, but there is a Dragon Strike, Demacian Standard coming out, Cataclysm going on to Xanos, they're going in. There is a two-shot brush connecting with 3 members, Monsoon disengaged, collateral damage coming out, but Siri flashing through that one. Destin is going out of Glorify, they take him out with an Ignite. Zodia's Hourglass for Siri, ZG Legendary going crazy, taking down Andrew Chan, but DKB net in the front line gets Runic Prison and crit in the face by Jungie, so Tower TV takes down the 80 carry, but loses 2 for that one in a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Complexity Academy.
Thing is, for Complexity Academy, look who has HP on their team. Nobody. Everybody's at half or below. This is a free chance for another tower to go down. About an even trade in the end. As far as goal is concerned, slight advantage for Complexity Academy is now Xanos. Been looking good for him.
Oh, Buckshot disconnect though. There is ZG Legendary coming in with the home guards. The Ignite gets strong. Resonate Strike is connecting onto Ryze. They're looking to go in on this one. Possibly the Wild Cards picking up the kill onto Siri. Ward Jump coming out, forcing the flash from Geek Desu. The Dragon Strike was not up for Lissandra, unfortunately, so I cannot kick him back. Dragon's Rage, excuse me. And now we're going to look at a push on potentially a tier 1 turret or Dragon going down for Complexity unless there's a contest from Tower TV.
This could be the time to contest. Janna is already back up. They have a half HP. Lissandra not super tanky.
Legendary, what are you doing? Get slowed. Gold card. There is a knockup coming out. And he's returning the safeguard from Dutrovo, but he gets Dragon Strike. Oh, a nice kick, knocking up 3 members. Trying to flash through the wall. Is he going to survive? He gets the Resonate Strike onto the minion, gonna dash away potentially. It looks like they give up the chase though. Doom Turbo saving his teammate there, and a good job, but they're gonna lose Dragon for this.
That was the most delayed dash possible. Unfortunately, they couldn't have secured it anyways. I think they could have actually gone for a manly play right there. They didn't feel like they were gonna survive. They could have probably taken out at least one person, maybe Pekingese, but you know, they both escaped. That's kind of the problem with this game. Every now and then, you know, they're escaping and you can say, oh, it's cool for them. They didn't lose anybody, but they still lose a chunk of the map. They still lose somebody. They did win the last kill in engagement and overall kills. It was 2-3, I believe, at the very end. But they're still losing objectives. They're still losing map control, stone by stone, ebb by ebb. And, well, is Baron being attempted or just warded? Just warded.
I just warded. I was like, wait.
Like, a melee Baron attempt might be what they need. Their team fight is good, but you know, Kennen doesn't have enough damage to kill everybody. Diana isn't super bursty herself right now. Doesn't have enough tankiness either. Because Jarvan is just feeling the wind off that one.
Yep, and that Dragon is going to spawn at 2047. And Tower TV secured that one for themselves. Baron is heavily warded. There's 6 wards currently at the entrance of it. None in the pit. Oracle's cleared that one out for Xanos. As now we're going to see Andrew Chan do the counter to it and clear out the wards. And we're going to see counter warding from Angel Chan. This is the battle of who's got the best ward placement and oracles. And it looks like Tower TV is going to clear that one out respectively and take control of Baron Pit.
The Baron ward fight, always a rough fight. Looks like there is some more ward coverage in the river though, so both sides will have somewhat of indication. Unfortunately for Complexity Academy, they're not on the red side. If they were on the red side, they could actually use Lee Sin shenanigans, Diana shenanigans, Ezreal shenanigans, all the shenanigans you could to try and do a sneaky Baron, but not really available to them. They can go for awkward angles as Doom Trouble trying to fight Pekingese, but this might just be his downfall.
Yeah, there's a wildcard's coming out, but DK Beanut is coming to join him right now. Is the gate going to be popped? It is. He's going to wait for him to teleport. There is the Iceborne Gauntlet. It looks like he's not going to teleport. He knows the Dragon Fury is going to come in. But Zonia's Hourglass, there's Shoe Shot Barrage time perfectly takes him down. But now the collapse from Tower Dive TV is in response. Gets the slow with the Iceborne Gauntlet. Looks like Doom Turbo does land the Resonating Strike. Gonna get the Safeguard on the DK Beanut in response. Dragon Strike, Demacian Standard comes out. Kennen gonna go in with ZZ Legendary to zone everybody out. Monsoon Force pushing back all of Complexity Academy. DK Beanut shifting out. Xanos gonna get the kill into Glorified. Double buff is still on DK Beanut while Doom Turbo sacrifices himself for the team to zone them out. ZZ Legendary gonna look to go in, possibly at Geek Desu. He is fairly low, they could chase this one. Blue buff and blue build Ezreal at 40% CDR is huge to deal with and hard to deal with all the poke coming out from that Iceborne Gauntlet. And we do have a push coming from Complexity Academy after a fairly good fight for them.
This time DK Beanut not going for the aggressive shift. He knows if he goes a little bit too far forward, he will die. So he could be the person that holds an enemy team, but he will also cost him his life, unfortunately. It looks like they're waiting for this. It's going to be a great time to counterfight. You expect him to beat.
Dustin doesn't connect. True Shot Barrage only hitting Geek Death, so he's going to try to turn around on this one. There's a shield, but ZZ Legendary coming in from the side. They Ignite dropped on the Jungie. Jungie going to get taken down. Double kill for ZZ Legendary. A flash! And the wildcards don't connect, though, from Pekingese. DK Beanut getting ignited. Gonna try to run away, gets the shift out. There's the slow coming out, the tailwind from that Janna. Strafes away from the gold card. Tailwind coming out with the flash. Gold card connects, even though Pekingese going in the back, living just barely, taking down that Janna. And the TF kill goes to Xanos on that Thresh. So, turned it into a 4-for-1, and that was a pretty good fight for Complexity Academy. Just what they needed to start getting a little bit of traction in this game.
That was a long fight, gonna be honest. In the overall, I'd say flow of the fight, Twisted Fate did die a total of 2 times. So just how long that fight was, also not using his ultimate to get back into the fight. But it was a cool play. So Pekingese, he got caught in the bot lane. He was trying to stay alive, he was trying to stay in the fight. He could have escaped or tried to escape by stunning Lee Sin, then ulting away. That way Lee Sin couldn't interrupt his own ultimate because of the gold card stun. But instead he tried to just wait it out because he thought his team would get there in time and be able to just catch out those two and trade a 2-for-1. Thing is, by the time they finally showed up, the rest of Complexity Academy was also in the area. They knew something was going to go down, and the team fight happened. Now, the duelist potential. Who do you think Diana can beat in a 1v1 right now?
Who could Diana beat in a 1v1?
Yeah.
Pretty much, I think Graves, TF, and Janna.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. It's just about everybody. TF can probably get away because of the gold card spam and his zonies will keep him alive for a little bit. Jarvan also, I don't think he would really care that much, to be quite honest, but it's Jarvan. So it's like, the squishies will die to Diana. And that fight, it broke down, got turned to a 3v3, and that's Diana's playground. That is where she can just swing from person to person using monkey bars or corpses as monkey bars. But the problem here is that, you know, the Team Tower Dive TV, like, they have not been going for these big engagements. It's been kind of, you know, steady initiations, shaky stuff going on. Something weird happens, and then the fight just kind of bursts out from there. So they need to either go for those team fights, have Twisted Fate reach a point where he can, you know, ult the background, get a gold card onto Ezreal, and then just kill him right away, and then possibly Zonius to survive, something like a big play like that. Or they need to just try and play this kite back game where Ryze, TF, and Graves are all surviving and all doing their damage.
Yeah, and ZZ Legendary is huge right now. He's got that Abyssal Scepter Death Cap and another needlessly large rod in his inventory. So trying to peel ZZ Legendary away is going to be almost impossible. He can try to jump on a Jungie and one-shot him in the team fight and completely zone him out and probably force a Monsoon. There is a ward right there. Going to get it taken down by Xanos. And yeah, ZZ Legendary, I just noticed, is 7-1-7. He's huge right now. He's got about half the team's killed. They're looking to go into this blue buff. True Shot Barrage connects. Looks like they do get the steal. I can't tell, but there is Glorified going in. Cataclysm landing on 3 members. Collateral damage coming out, but Pekingese is getting caught in the back. Gold card keeps him away. Runic Prison keeps him away. Monsoon getting channeled, but there is Siri in the back. The Zonius comes out. ZZ Legendary flashing over the wall. Siri in the front, gonna take down Twisted Fate. Ezreal picking up the kill onto Janna, while Jungie picking up the kill onto ZZ Legendary, and they go 1 for 3, and that was a really strong display from Complexity Academy, and they do get Dragon.
the 1-for-3, it comes out. The AoE damage from Kennen, too big a threat. They're forced to focus on him. They're forced to deal with the Yordle threat. This lets Diana go crazy. Ezreal is getting his mystic shots off. He's getting to slow down. He is doing what he needs to do as a blue Ezreal, which is CCing, keeping people locked in place, and dealing that damage. So overall, great play from Complexity Academy. They're using their team comp well. Diana does go down, but she goes down after taking out 2 people. And, you know, if they're not focusing Diana down first, Kennen's killing them. Ezreal's keeping them in place so they can't kill Diana in the first place. Thresh is lining a CC, and Lee Sin is being Lee Sin, which is actually a huge hindrance. His attack speed debuff is massive on Graves. So, I mean, they need to find a way to engage. Right now, Complexity Academy is coming back faster and faster. And something I've noticed, and I'm sure you have too, is when a team is ahead and they lose that advantage for whatever reason and they start falling behind, it is so difficult to come back from that momentum shift.
You're like, your team's like, all right, we have the momentum, we're looking good, keep it up, and then all of a sudden the shift just changes, and they're just like, wait, what just happened? How did we just lose this advantage? As there was a 3,000 gold difference between Complexity Academy and Tower Dive TV, and now it's only 600. So a really good stand by Complexity and really good fights coming out. But doesn't look like it's over yet. Destiny Gate coming out. Gold card gonna land onto Doom Trobo. There's an Essence that's gonna land on Pika. He's pulling him out to the side. He said us to go fight Xanos there, but now collateral damage as well. Gold card being prepped. Cataclysm going down as DKB net. Gold card picks up the kill for Pekingese, and this could smell like a mid turret or a flank for Diana and ZZ Legendary. But looks like TDTV is going to be content with pushing this mid lane as Doom Trooper goes to heal while DKB net is dead for that 35 seconds.
That's how they need to play that. That was a gank. That was in their style. War Diana not there. So it was a 5v4. They pressed the advantage super hard, and had Diana moved towards the fight and they not gotten a kill, they could have still backed on out of that. Would have been risky, of course, with Blue Ezreal, but they still had a chance to disengage. And now, this could be huge. He
gets the ward, but the Zonia's Hourglass in response. The box getting popped out as well. There is the Slicing Maelstrom going to stun up 2 members. The shield coming out from that Lantern. The kick and Glorify, clicking him back into the team. So Geek Desu going to try to get in there. Gets the kill on the ZZ Legendary. Doom Turbo getting chased down. Gets the double kill. Can he get the triple kill? Let's Xanos get away. Let's Siri get away because they want to take that inhibitor. They want the Super Minions being spawned. And, that True Shot Barrage not killing anybody. Did pass through too many people. Damage being reduced. And now Baron could be in the next objective for TDTV after a really good change of momentum once again.
I don't think it's going to be the objective for TDTV. It could be the objective for Complexity Academy. A ping just went down onto it. You know, they're down 2 deaths right now. They lost their inhibitor. They're going to have a lot less map control than they'd like to. And that does open the rest of the map for ganks, especially with the Twisted Fate. Are they going to rush the Baron? I think they've had their chance. It's gone now, but they did ping it right away. There could have been a chance that they just rushed the Baron and made a last desperate play. But unfortunately, Ezreal going for the blue build, not that good at killing Baron.
Yeah, really, he has the continuous spam, but gold card coming out. There's going to be a Lantern clicked from Siri. The Oracle's just popped in response from Janna. Going to go to clear out the boards by that Baron pit now. And that could have potentially been a devastating catch for Complexity Academy. Well, we do have all the wards being taken out at this point. Going to clear it out completely and potentially go for a bait if they don't want to take Dragon. If they want to secure a nice team fight for themselves, they could just sit in the pit, bait it out. They have the Oracles, no vision for Complexity Academy. Tower TV going to just take control of all of this, and now we're looking at a gold card being prepped. They go face check the bush, clear out more wards, and we're looking at potentially a top push coming out for Tower TV. Well, we do have all the pressure being applied by Tower TV. They take the tier 2 turret. Resonating Strike does not connect, though. Not going to go in on that one. While we do have everybody looking to stay grouped as 5. As this stage in the game, it is very dangerous to go by yourself.
All right. This is a chance. This is the moment where they might need to be able to make this big play, because Baron is being attempted. It's going down. They have to do something right now in Complexity Academy. They can. This is a great place for them to fight.
Oh, gold card coming out to Doom Trobo. There's the Monsoon knocking everybody about. Siri eating the damage, but gonna Zonius through it. There's another Zonius from ZZ Legendary. Xanos coming in, flashes the box. TKB net picking up the kill on Glorified. Andrew forced the flash out. Xanos gonna get taken out there. Shutdown gold gonna go to Twisted Fate. TKB net kiting for his little life. The True Shot Barrage comes out. It's not enough damage though. Jungi's gonna pick up that kill while the Zonius Hourglass from Pekingese is there. Doom Trouble gets flashed in, a double kill for Jungi. They go 4 for 1 right there, and now they're gonna look to potentially end this game, or they're just gonna go push mid and force it with the super minions, as there are 40-second respawners left, 25 on Xanos, and this could be game.
I don't think they can do anything to stop this. It's only seriously, it's a Kennen versus 4. The ultimate isn't up. He could go for the big plays. I might be able to pick up one, but the towers are dying too quickly.
He's just gonna dive it. He's just gonna go in and show no care, but it's just not enough. Wow.
He's gone. That's game right there. That's an open inhibitor leading into a mid push.
That was...
It was clean. It was over.
That's a good game. The momentum shift was there all the time. These teams were just trading back and forth with that shift, and Tower.TV finally overcame the throw, per se, of what they did in the earlier stage of that game. And damn, that was a quick end when they just caught them out right there.
Gone. Well, that's the danger of any fight once the inhibitor opens up, especially if those creeps aren't kept under control. I mean, it was a 35-minute game. Death times had just gotten just long enough. The mobility, you know, Ryze is fast with his ultimate. Janna provides a tailwind, that extra move speed. It was very easy for them to get into position quickly enough. And of course, Kennen without the ultimate, well, we saw his defense. Unfortunately, not quite enough.
Yeah, that was a really good Monsoon by Anto-chan in that last fight. He knocked Kennen out as soon as he ultied and knocked Thresh out as well. He couldn't get the box out, and they just followed it up from there and ended the game. That was really good play coming out from Tower.TV. Can't say anything about it with Complexity. They came back from a really huge deficit, but in the end, they ended up just losing this game. Tower.TV coming out ahead now over Complexity.